What's going on, you guys? Uncle Jess here. Daredevil Season 3 has just started and I am crazy excited about it. I have a prop that I started about 2 years ago that I have finally gotten around to finishing. A Nelson and Murdock sign from Daredevil Season 1. Let's check it out. Alright, you guys, so my print is finished and I wanted to share it with you guys here. So here is my Nelson and Murdock attorneys at law. So this video was actually recorded back in 2016 and this was the very first replica prop that I'd ever designed and attempted to print myself. So just give that a little thought there as I continue to play this video. From Daredevil, Season 1, their plate or their plaque that they had in one of their episodes that they had made. So I made a replica of this in 123D design. It measures 11.5 by 7.5 wide here. It's about, I think it's a ½ an inch thick here, really solid. Gave it, I think, a 10% infill. I'm not gonna leave this in red, obviously, but it looks pretty cool. Very excited about this. This is really my first replica prop project that I've created myself, and I'm gonna share with all of you guys. All right, so again, that was 2016. That was right after Daredevil Season 1 had aired. I was super hyped about the show, very excited, saw that prop in the show and immediately wanted to create a replica for myself, and the intention was I was going to print it and share it with everybody, and I just never got around to finishing the prop and posting the file up. So that's what I'm doing here today with you guys. I ended up going through a lot, and I mean a lot, of test prints for this particular prop. I can't believe I actually kept all of these. I knew I'd eventually do a video on it. I just didn't realize it'd be in 2018 after Daredevil Season 3 had aired. So here is just some iterations of this where maybe it started to curl on the edges and I stopped the print. Here was the one that was actually in the video. I believe this was, sorry, this was the very first one that I printed. You see there was a whole lot of damage on the side from where I was trying to remove it from the build plate. I didn't put enough top layers on the actual print, and then I was just using this to sort of test things out with. Here was another iteration. This might have been the one that was in the actual video. And one thing to note, and I'll try and pause on one of the frames, I'll pull that back up and pause it, is that I didn't realize it until after it had printed. The file itself, or my printer, was out of alignment at the time that I printed this. And everything was sort of skewed angularly. It wasn't perfect right angles is what I'm trying to get at. Here are two more. So this, I can't remember why this one stopped. Maybe it was peeling from the bed. And then again, here's another one that's not perfect right angle. And then here is the one that I was actually going through in the video and that was attempting to finish. And again, this one I think looks good. It's just, it had some blemishes in it and I didn't feel like going back through and updating this and fully correcting it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just show you guys how I actually finished this prop, and it was really simple process of just using some primer filler, then painting it with some hammered spray paint, and then using some rub and buff, actually 2 different rub and buffs that I ended up going with on the prop. So let's check it out.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. So this is the hammered paint, Rust-Oleum hammered paint. Wanted to have a stone-ish look to it, so you can see that there's ripples. I'm just not sure if that's right or not. We'll see how this goes. It's got to dry and then we'll give it a look. I might have put too much on in one coating. All right, so the hammered look came out pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. I'm not thrilled that I still have some layer lines that I should have cleaned up on this, but I just have not gotten around to yet. But what I'm doing right now is playing around with 2 different types of rub and buff. So I've got a gold leaf and an antique gold. The gold leaf, I think, looks a little bit more screen accurate. It's more gold. The antique gold looks more of a bronze to me on top of this. And basically what I'm doing is just applying a little bit and then basically brushing it on here. So I'm gonna finish going over this, I believe, with the gold leaf, and then I'm gonna wrap this up for now, but I think what I'm gonna end up doing is maybe redoing this slightly and cleaning up the layer lines that I have here, maybe using some spot putty. But for the moment, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. When using rub and buff, you can either apply this by paper or rag. I'm using a little foam paintbrush here. Really a small amount goes a very long way. You definitely want to, if it's your first time using rub and buff, test it out on a piece. The stuff just spreads really easily, and it gives it a really nice metallic sheen to it. Definitely doesn't look bad, just not what I was going for. So here I'm going to put on some more of the gold leaf and get that going.
Alright, so here is the finished prop. This thing came out much better than I expected. The Rust-Oleum hammered spray paint worked really great. It gave it that nice little divoted textured look that I was going for. Again, I think I might end up redoing this. I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to some of the prints in my projects. There are some layer lines that I'm still seeing here that I didn't quite get cleaned up enough with the primer filler. I thought I could just get away with almost literally no sanding and just primer filler and applying paint to this. I think if I just put in maybe another coating of primer filler, I would have been able to hide some of these layer lines. Also, I wasn't quite sure how the Rust-Oleum hammered paint was going to work on this. Also, the rub and buff. I ended up using both of the rub and buffs, the gold, so the gold leaf as well as the antique gold. I was going to originally just go with one or the other, but after mixing the two, I really liked the varied tone that you could see over the prop itself. One last thing that I did as well is I added a little hanger to the back so that I can actually hang this up somewhere in my basement, and there was a bug flying around as I'm trying to talk to you guys. Maybe I need bullseye here to actually like throw something to get the bug, or maybe if I was Daredevil I could use my senses to catch the bug. Like, oh, yeah. But again, this was a super simple prop. I designed this in 123D, which I don't even think is around anymore. But you could easily do this in something like Tinkercad. I just wanted to go and show you guys a prop that doesn't have to be overly complex for you to go and make, especially if you're new to 3D printing and prop making and designing. You can get away with doing something super simple like this and then printing it. So if you're interested in getting one of these for yourself, I'll have links to Thingiverse in my mini factory where I'll have the files posted where you can go and print one for yourself. And I might include some links down below. I'm still debating on if I'm gonna put this up or not, where if you're interested in one of these for yourself and you don't have a 3D printer, I'll have some ways that you might be able to get a hold of one of these. But I just want to say thanks again for watching, you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying Daredevil Season 3. I haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers from me. Please don't post any in the comments because I'm only a few episodes in and I'm absolutely loving it so far. But yeah, I just want to say thanks again for watching, you guys. Hopefully you enjoy. I've got some more projects on the way for y'all, and yeah, be talking with you soon. Bye now.